Zabarang's story began with the hope of educating the youth, with the belief that each person has a life to live, do greater things, and a story to tell, and that every person deserves a chance at life. That belief took us across the Chittagong Hill Tracts, from empowering one voice to the next, allowing us to turn words into deeds, bringing changes one possibility at a time. Today, our work brings a positive change in the lives of countless people. Every single one of those means so much to a child, a family, and a community. But it has also changed the life of someone who, just like you, learned about our mission and decided to make our story a part of their own. While our founders first came together to protect indigenous culture, they built the first multilingual education center for children. A farmer shared his knowledge to create a sustainable agriculture for his community, and a group of youth stood up against social injustice. A local leader's passion for justice helped us secure fundamental rights for his people. And these are the stories of people like you and me, people with dreams and aspirations. Each of us has the power to make a difference, not just to ourselves, but the entire community. It begins with your belief and grows with commitment. Zabarang's journey began in 1995, a time when young people lacked education, employment, and income opportunities in Khagrachhari Hill District. The organization was born from a simple idea: to elevate community values through culture, creativity, and meaningful work. But there was one major barrier: education. In many remote villages, schools were far away or non-existent. Without access to learning, the dream of community development remained out of reach. So in the year 2000, Zabarang partnered with BRAC to bring education to the hills through non-formal primary schools. Each school taught 30 children at a time, helping them complete up to grade 3 within 3 years.
লেখাপড়ানি সময় উপচিনি এলাকা কোনো স্কুল করে जोंनि स्कुलाव थांपुआ लामा लामखौ मा थांखले याकुंबाय हिमे कोनो रास्ता गाट करे जाब्रांनि एनएफपि प्रग्राम फाइसिनो अनेक लाबुहा रागो जों गिदिर गिदिर जों स्कुलाव मा थाया जाब्रांनि स्कुल सुने आइफोर जों गिदिर गिदिर स्कुल मा खा गामनि हामियानि अभिभावक रावबो लेखा सुना खालायबानो अकारनि अनेक सुजुग सुबिदा
Zabarang started by setting up 10 non-formal schools in remote villages and changed the lives of 250 children back in 2011. While researching with ActionAid, Zabarang discovered a big language gap among the students. That led to a new approach, the mother tongue-based multilingual education program. Launched with the help from Save the Children, began teaching children in their mother tongue, helping them feel confident before learning in Bengali. The program grew fast, from a handful of schools to around 120 MLE centers, and it even became part of government's education program. By 2017, children got opportunities to read books written in their own languages. Zabarang has facilitated nationalization of more than 150 primary schools established by respective local communities. Zabarang's work in promoting good governance has sparked real change, empowering local leaders, strengthening communities, encouraging women's participation, improving community awareness on elections, and giving voice to youth and children. They formed community groups to build these capacities from the ground up, making sure everyone, especially women and youth, could take part in local decision-making. Much of this progress began by training community leaders.
আমি 2002 সালে সংরক্ষিত ওয়ার্ড থেকে নারী নেতৃত্বে নির্বাচিত হই জনপ্রতিনিধি। তখন থেকে নারী নেতৃত্ব আমরা বিভিন্ন অফিসে গিয়ে বিভিন্ন সময় কিভাবে কথা বলবো, কিভাবে আমাদের অধিকার নিয়ে ওদের সাথে মত বিনিময় করব এবং আরও নতুন নারী নেতৃত্ব কিভাবে গড়ে তুলব, এইগুলো নিয়েই আমাদেরকে একাধিকবার ওনাদের সাথে এবং বসার সুযোগ করে দিয়েছেন। যেমন আমি আমার অধিকার সম্পর্কে আমি যদি জাবরাংয়ের পরামর্শ না পাইতাম, আমি হয়তো আরও 10 বছর পিছিয়ে থাকতাম। আজ হয়তো আমি এইখানে বসার মতো আমার ওই সুযোগটা বা ওই জ্ঞানটাও আমার ভেতরে আসতো না।
And through the YMOOS project, youth got the chance to step into leadership roles. through girls' takeover events, taking on positions like Union Parishad Chairman, UNO, or even Mayor. If only for an hour, it gave them a taste of responsibility and the confidence to lead. In the Chittagong Hill Tracts, access to healthcare remains a major challenge. There are only 7 doctors for every 10,000 people, far below the WHO's recommended 22.8. In the remote hills, people are still carried for hours just to reach emergency care. Even basic treatment often means walking for miles through difficult terrain. To bridge this gap, Zabarang launched a project in 2011 with the support from CHDF and UNDP. The goal was simple: to bring healthcare closer to those who need it the most.
जे सरकार जेबाबे बिथिरो आइफो अब किन्तु जों पारानि बर'राव सिजादाया गामख्लाय माने गुरुत्वपूर्ण बिथिनि जों मूल्यायन सियावे अदाया एलाकानि बर'राव बिथि जानिनाया जेहेतु परे डाक्टार फायै एबं जाब्रांनि बर'क फायै बाव सोंबाय आसलाय कावसलायका बुजायखा गामसे बिथि डाक्टार नन जेहेतु बिथिरो उइनिना जायगा करै त ननि दे स्पाइ न तुइ साय तु ननि बाय गामसे आस्ते आस्ते लाई सालाय दि सिया तातुंदि आरो हि जखन बबाय आसलाय मिटिं टिटिं खालाय सालायका आंलाय दाबो मोटामुटी फायलायो सालायो लाइसलायो जाब्रांरावबो धन्यबाद जानायो जाब्रांराव बसना आखे सहयोगितार पेमान बिभागे जाब्रांराव सना सहयोगिता खालाय हेल्प खालाय এই সমস্ত সচেতন সিয়ারনে সিরে বুড়াই কালামানি হিয়াই অথানিবা জাবরান বসনি এই পারানি পক্ষ আমি ধন্যবাদ জানাইয়া
Mobilization of civic actors for ensuring quality health services, supported by Bangladesh Health Watch. They improved the logistics of community clinics, formed 20 community clinic management committees, and trained over 230 people in the clinic management advocacy. The combination of better logistics and community awareness became a turning point. People no longer had to travel endless miles just to see a doctor. Beyond clinics, Zabarang also formed 30 girls' clubs, empowering 1,200 adolescents with knowledge of health and rights. These girls have already stopped several child marriages in their communities. They've also introduced a school feeding program that improved attendance, and a sanitation initiative that upgraded 75 schools and trained over 2,000 student brigades. For generations, the indigenous communities of the hills have depended on shifting cultivation, a traditional way of farming where the land is left to rest after harvest before moving to a new plot. Amid this practice, some forests have always been preserved as village common forests, or VCFs, where trees within a certain boundary remain untouched. These forests were informally protected under the guidance of village or moja headmen, serving as a shared resource for the community.
মর্মু জগৎ যেটকানি জায়গা আগে বনভূমি রয়েছে গই সেই বনভূমি নি উদ্বুদ্ধ যে গজ্জন্ডি প্রথমে আমার চাকমা রাজা মহোদয় সেই পাশাপাশি ইউএনডিপির প্রকল্প নিয়ে জাবারাঙে হাম করছি জাবারাঙে আমার বহুত ট্রেনিং করিয়ে সেই দক্ষতার আলোকে আমি মুগুজ বন এবং মানুষজনের জনসচেতনতা গড়ে তুললে বনানিতুন কিন্তু অনেক জিনিস আরে জিগে গই আর দিন দিন যদি আমি সংরক্ষণ না করে দিই আর অনেক কিছু আরে যাবং গই জাবারাঙে সদা হলে তো আমার মর সদা নফুরেব আমি তারাতুন অনেক জিনিস ফিয়ে পাশাপাশি আর মর হারবাড়ি এখন তারপরে ডিস্ট্রিক্টত যে আরও অন্যান্য হেডম্যান হারবাড়ি এখন আবার হারার মুরব্বী এখন সিউনিও তো অনেক অনেক তারাতুন শিক্ষণ বিলি মনে করেন।
To secure this forest legally, Zabarang helped mark their boundaries with pillars, GPS mapping, and display boards. They also formed local committees to manage and protect the VCFs. Across the region, there are 59 VCFs. Zabarang has supported 15 of them across Lokhichuri, Guimara, Madiranga, Moholchuri, Khagrachhari Shodor, and Diginala, safeguarding 29 villages and more than 6,700 people from 1,345 households.
এডিসি থেকে আমরা যে ট্রেনিংগুলো পাইছি এগুলা আর্থিক ব্যবস্থাপনার ট্রেনিং, জেন্ডার ট্রেনিং, গবাদি পশু পালন ট্রেনিং, এরকম কয়েকটা ট্রেনিং আমরা পেয়েছি। খাস তো জাবরাং শুধু পর্যটন না, পুরা পাড়ার জাবরাং মাধ্যমে আমরা উন্নয়ন করতে পেরেছি। মায়াবিনীও জাবরাং অবদান ছিল। পাড়া উন্নয়ন কমিটির মাধ্যমে আমরা যখন এখানে মাছ চাষ হাঁস পালন করতো, এর মাধ্যমে ওইখান থেকে একটু একটু শুরু হইতেছে আমাদের এখানে একটা পর্যটন হবে, এরকম স্বপ্ন আমরা দেখতেছি। স্বপ্ন দেখতে দেখতে একদিন ওই স্বপ্নটা আমাদের বাস্তবায়ন হয়ে গেছে। মূল উদ্দেশ্যটা মূলটা হলো জাবরাং। জাবরাংটা আমাদেরকে স্বপ্ন দেখাইতে শিখাইছে।
According to UNDP research, Around 65% of indigenous people in this region once lived in absolute poverty, and nearly 40% were considered hardcore poor, far above the national average. With few income opportunities in the Chittagong Hill Tracts, poverty deepened, social issues trapped families in an endless cycle of struggle. Zabarang stepped in with a new approach, Shabalumbi, meaning self-reliance. Through the Community Empowerment Project, or CEP, they began helping communities build their own paths towards stability and growth. Under this project, each para formed two committees, the Para Development Committee and the Para Nari Development Group for women. Together, they covered 584 villages across Khagrachhari, including 261 women's groups, reaching more than 80,000 people across 4 upajalas, Manekshori, Ramgor, Diginala, and Banshori. One of the best examples lies in Kongchari Bara. Once a struggling village with low literacy and limited opportunities, it transformed through the CEP project. At first, the PDC received $5,590 and the women's group received $3,494 in 2004, which they invested in cattle rearing, fish farming, and turmeric trading. Cattle quickly became their most successful venture, earning back nearly two-thirds of their investment. With time, they expanded into teak, rubber plantations, and began storing large amounts of turmeric for trade. The change was remarkable. Families who once shared cattle now had their own. The village reinvested profits to improve roads, schools, and even develop tourism around their nearby lake, now famously known as Mayabini Lake.
30 বছরে আমরা কাজ করতে গিয়ে আমাদের সাথে বিশেষ করে সরকারের বিভিন্ন প্রতিষ্ঠানগুলো যেভাবে আমাদেরকে সহযোগিতা করেছে এগুলোর কাছে আমাদের কৃতজ্ঞতা এবং অনেক দাতা সংস্থা আমাদেরকে নানাভাবে আর্থিক সহায়তা প্রদান করেছেন, প্রকল্প সহায়তা করেছেন, তাদেরকে আমরা কৃতজ্ঞতা জানাই। আশা করি আমাদের এই পথ চলায় আপনাদের সবার সহযোগিতা থাকবে।